Husband admitted mutual crush at work. I guess the title says it all. It seems like he told me about it out of respect for and in hopes of protecting our marriage. He finds her attractive and they trade compliments. She has told him she likes the way he dresses. She comes on to him in not so subtle ways like asking for hugs, rubbing shoulders, sharing his personal space and asking for favors that require him to touch her like, "Can you tell me what size my shirt is?" etc. She showed him her art that appears to be almost naked self-portraits. My husband slipped up once in the beginning before he realized he had a problem to deal with and gave her a pressed flower that they shared a memory over. They work in a restaurant together and he found an unidentified plant in the cilantro. She identified the plant for him and told him some facts about it which he found attractive. He kept the plant, pressed it and gave it to her a few months later. They have common interests and like to talk about them together. This has been going on for months and he told me all of this willingly a few days ago because he feels bad. But he says he's never touched her or acted on it other than the flower. Thinking about it makes me sick, but it seems to be all I can do since I found out. Any advice or insight is appreciated. Your husband should be firing on all cylinders to shut this down. It's great he came to you with this willingly, but now for the hard part. You don't owe him a free pass because he came to you. He needs to shut it down. This is more than a crush. They are both acting on it. You are well within your rights to ask him to go no contact with this person and find a new job. This person is actively pursuing him and his boundaries with her are poor right now. This is a time to act decisively and put your marriage first. Please get counseling support if you need to. I'm so sorry, Op. I wish you the best. Stay strong. I used to work at a restaurant. Do you know which person I hugged, touched, etc.? The one I was hooking up with. I will never understand just because people lie to themselves they think they can lie to others. Take this line and use it. Just because you are lying to yourself about the situation, don't lie to me. You know exactly what you were doing and you went ahead and continued doing it. So what are you going to do about it now? I am not tolerating this behavior. Take some time off to gather your thoughts and get back to me once you have a structured plan on how we can move forward from this mess. She comes on to him in not so subtle ways like asking for hugs, rubbing shoulders, sharing his personal space and asking for favors that require him to touch her like, "Can you tell me what size my shirt is?" etc. She showed him her art that appears to be almost naked self-portraits. My husband slipped up once in the beginning. See what you are doing here? I'd be worried this is the beginning of him trickle-truthing. I really hope it hasn't gone past all that he's said. Wishing you the best. Just because he didn't touch her doesn't mean this isn't an affair, because it absolutely is. He's having an emotional affair with her. And honestly, it sounds like it's just getting worse and worse. He needs to put in firm boundaries with her. He needs to cut her off. If he doesn't, then there is zero hope for you. It was great that he's honest about it. But because he didn't include a story about how he's ended it and set up appropriate boundaries, it means he's still in the thick of it. Frankly, in my experience, they only admit the truth when there is a chance that they are going to be found out in some other way. Another coworker ratting them out, for example, and likely some physical contact has happened and he has just edited it out. I frankly would seek to end the relationship unless one of them gets another job and he goes completely no contact. There's no way it doesn't end in disaster otherwise. Her constant presence will be too much temptation. So going against the grain here, but I think it speaks volumes he came forward. Next step, it ends cold turkey and 100% NC. If this means a new job, so be it. If he's being honest, recognizes the problem and marriage impact, he needs to show you how serious he is about fixing it. It's possible it seemed harmless enough at first and he enjoyed the attention, but maybe she took it too far. Said something very definitive about intentions, or his own feelings suddenly put his marriage at risk. Something made him come forward. Talk about it a lot. Don't try to push it under the rug or dig your head in the sand. Make sure he tells her that he told you. She needs to know where she stands. And assuming he moves forward with NC, turn some focus on yourselves. Extra date nights and bonding. Reconnect without this coming up during these dates. You can work this out if he is truly committed to your marriage. What did he say he planned to do about it? Continue as is, or shut her down? Emotional cheating is cheating too. Just saying. You can pick and choose the comments that make you most comfortable. But overall, this guy is cheating on you and telling you before you actually catches him in the act. I would tell him, if he wants to save the marriage, to quit the job and work somewhere else. If it's a hardship, he can reflect on how more of a hardship divorce would be. Nothing you described is okay. If you were doing the same thing, he wouldn't be okay with it. He is telling you he's cheating and be okay with it. It sounds like they are falling in love and he is giving you a heads up. Who is hugging their coworkers? I know restaurants are super unprofessional, but geez. Win the game. I say this to guys all the time. If your spouse has a new friend at work, don't shame. Don't be sad. Don't pout. Don't threaten. Embrace and win. Affairs thrive in secrecy and taboo. Literally go up to his job when she is there and meet her. Bring her a gift and thank her for being such a great friend to your husband. Tell your husband you should do a double date with her and another guy. Be confident, not scared. Be happy, not sad. Be positive, not negative. Make it so that every time he sees her, there's an image of you next to it. And vice versa. It's going to be much harder for her to justify pursuing your husband if you're a human in her mind and not invisible. Smash the bubble with your presence. I would tell him to cut her off and get a new job or get a new wife. Show this post to your husband so he can see that you're not exaggerating and that he is the one that must fix this mess. I disagree with people telling you to show up at work and meet her. Been there, done that. It means nothing. She will keep going. Also, you shouldn't have to put yourself in the crazy wife role because of his mess up. In my case, I was able to use a work event. But, again, she doesn't care. She will simply avoid you anytime you're around. And keep doing what she believes it's what he truly wants. Because he made her believe that. Your husband has to not only go and see but change jobs. Because he didn't put up the proper boundaries earlier. This relationship with the coworker is already ruined. It will never go back. He owes you to change jobs and learn to respect you before it gets to that point. Girl, WTF are you going here? You husband had started an affair. Your husband is having an affair. You need to decide what you'll tolerate. No husband should be acting that way. He is literally egging her on to keep behaving this way towards your husband. If he respected you, he would immediately put a stop towards this behavior. I would have a sit down and establish boundaries, and if he crosses any boundaries, then divorce him.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.